Welcome back to Process Art Discovery. I'm Lorenz, and today we're with Roger Lee discussing the advancements in conservation framing. Roger, how have these changes impacted the way you approach framing?
Hi, Lorenz. Yes, the advancements in picture framing materials have been a game changer. They allow me to offer clients not just a picture frame, but a preservation solution that enhances and protects their art for years to come. It's about combining aesthetics with the science of conservation. Hi, my name is Roger Lee, and I'm the proprietor at ArtframeR here in Kelowna. I started working in picture framing not long after conservation materials had actually come into the market. And it's astonishing to know that before the 1990s, there really wasn't conservation materials like UV protective glass and acid-free materials that would not damage or destroy artworks. That's why you probably noticed that there's a lot of old artworks and stuff that we've had rolled up in our closets that are light damaged, have faded or yellowed. So this conservation framing is something that is fairly new and really, really important if you've got something that you really want to keep true and pure and clean in its original form. So there's a range of materials that I use in picture framing. And it's also something that has evolved over time. There were certainly much more expensive materials, let's say, or higher quality materials that were much more standard in years past, like cotton rag mats was something we used, across the board. Nowadays, it's a cellulose fiber that is most of what I offer. I can offer a cotton rag if you want, but again, it becomes incredibly expensive nowadays. Wood frames are pretty much the bulk of the framing nowadays. Used to be that aluminum. You remember the little aluminum frames we would frame our posters with and whatnot? That used to be the rock bottom price, affordability, real nice little accessible sort of way to frame something on a budget. Nowadays, oddly enough, the aluminum is, in a lot of cases, even more expensive than a lot of the wood-based products. So it's a bit more specialized now. And of course, aluminum has designers involved now in their profiles. So you get these really sort of fancy aluminum profiles that, again, they can charge a whole lot of money for. And they can look very nice in certain environments. But I would have to say that the wood-based, a basic wood with a veneer, a texture, a feel, an energy, that's sort of the nicest sort of array of options that somebody can choose from. Glass is very interesting. There's different grades of glass. There's everything from what we used to frame everything in, which would allow all of the UV light in to destroy and deteriorate artwork. So now there's 99% UV protection on certain glass. And again, a more recent development, which I love, I refer to it as virtually invisible because it's got a coating like you have on our glasses that reduces glare by about 70% without having that fogged look of previous glare reduction glass. So there's this beautiful invisible glass nowadays that's available, and I definitely recommend it wherever I can, even though it might be, I think it's a third or fourth tier on price, but it's certainly a great investment. So glass and frame and matting and foam board for the backing. It's supportive, doesn't have a tendency to bend over time like cardboard. Again, it doesn't damage the artwork. So these are the primary components. You want to be protective of the artwork, and then something that is sturdy to support the piece and last for some time. That's ideally. So thank you very much for watching. I'm thrilled to have your audience. And if you want to have any more information, you can check out my website, which is ArtframeR.net. I'm also on Instagram, where you can see a selection of the projects I've worked on. That's ArtframeR Kelowna. Or come on by to the studio. I'm open to the public weekdays 10 a.m. till 4 p.m.